Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a wonderful collaboration video with the lovely Chiara from Maria Chiara Fabrizio YouTube channel. She has really useful videos documenting her experience training to become a teacher through Teach First here in the UK, things like how to plan your first lesson, what to buy during your teacher training, advice on subject knowledge and behaviour management, etc, etc, etc. So make sure to go over to her channel and check those videos out, and don't leave without subscribing. And let us know if you'd like another collaboration video and what you'd like it on by leaving a comment down below. So today's video is about mentoring. I'm going to be sharing with you what your mentors should be doing for you during your teacher training, but also what those mentors expect from you as a teacher trainee. It's really important to note that these are my personal views, and every mentor is going to be different, and every school is going to have different expectations of their mentors. I've tried to collate some points based on my previous experience, but also from trainings that I've attended and from speaking to other colleagues who are currently mentors to lots of different teacher trainees. Chiara will be talking you guys through how to get the most out of your mentor meetings, so make sure to go and watch that video after this one. Oh, and if you are new here, then hi, my name is Sofia. I'm a science secondary school teacher here in the UK, and I'm currently head of biology. I make videos all about teaching and learning. I give advice to those who are training to become a teacher. I make teacher vlogs and occasionally videos giving you guys some hacks on productivity and organisation. I make weekly videos, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see those, and give this video a thumbs up if you like the content. Let's get into the video. When you start your teacher training, you will be placed at least one school where you will be assigned a mentor. Now, some of you might have two mentors, and that's because someone might be working part-time or might have additional senior responsibilities within the school. I don't think you're at a disadvantage at all if you have two mentors instead of one, because actually you might end up forming a different relationship with either, and they might really complement each other in giving you different pieces of advice and feedback. Now, ideally you would have wanted to have been in contact with your mentor before starting your school placement, and this typically happens during the school induction days that they offer teacher trainees. I think it's a great opportunity to just break the ice a little bit and get to know your mentor on a more personal and professional level, and just set things up for when you actually start your school placement, and get the ball rolling in terms of your timetable, maybe getting to know the school site, and also just scheduling in those mentor meetings ahead of time. I know that not everyone has a great experience with their mentors or with their school placements, and if you are in a position where you're not really confident or sure that you are going to get the support that you need, definitely reach out and ask for help or advice, and make sure to let your university know so that they can step in and sort things out for you to guarantee you a mentor that can support you through your teacher training. So I've put together 4 things that I think you as a teacher trainee and as a mentee should expect from your mentor during your teacher training. The first is that they will be responsible for organising your timetable. Now, this timetable will include any lesson observations that you need to attend so that you can really see experts within the teaching profession and gain some really useful ideas. But the timetable should also include any classes that you will be teaching, both within the short term and also within the long term. Now, those classes that you're going to be observing, it gives you the opportunity to build a working relationship with the class teacher, but also to start to get to know the students. So you will be observing those lessons before you start teaching those classes. So typically the timetable will not be one timetable throughout your whole school placement. The timetable should evolve with you as you develop as a teacher. The first few weeks should be mostly lesson observations, and then you should start picking up a few classes that you start teaching, and then that teaching load should increase over time. So once you get to a stage that you are comfortable teaching and also have a few lesson observations, your mentor can then actually increase that teaching load, and therefore your timetable reflects that. The second is that your mentor is responsible for holding weekly mentor meetings that last approximately an hour. Now, the content of every mentor meeting does vary, but the bulk of it is always focused on giving you advice and support on things that you're struggling with, helping you recognise your strengths and the progress that you've made, and making sure that you're setting smart targets for the following weeks. Obviously, an hour can go by so quickly, especially if you're talking about things in detail and in depth. So I would encourage you to speak to your mentor beforehand and try to set somewhat of an agenda. And that agenda can include an outline of some questions that you want to ask or a particular points that you want to focus and talk about, but also will definitely include some formal feedback that they might want to give you based on one lesson that they've observed that week. So if that's something that they want to do at the end of the lesson that they saw, so it doesn't cut into the mental meeting time, or if they want to make sure that they're giving you that advice straight away at the beginning or through an email, so then you can actually discuss that feedback in more depth within the mental meeting, I think it's really up to you to decide, and definitely trial a few different ways so that you can make the most out of the time that you have with your mental meeting. The third is that your mentor should be offering you support and advice. They are the go-to person that can direct you to other members of staff who might give you support or different ideas with something that you might be struggling with in terms of your teaching and learning practice or in terms of behaviour management, but they'll also give you some really good recommendations in terms of CPD that you can do online or training sessions you can attend, like talks or seminars, and also lots of different documents and links. So I would always encourage you to reach out and ask for those things, because they're definitely so full of experience and guidance, and they're really there to support you and offer you a lending hand. The fourth thing that I think mentors are responsible for is to hold you accountable, to challenge you and to raise concerns. The thing is, your mentor knows what the expectations are, they know what the standards are, and if you're not meeting them, they should be the person that is raising those concerns with you and finding out why you're not meeting them, and then putting an action plan together to make sure that you are able to meet those standards. Equally, if you are someone that is doing fairly well and you're meeting all of those high expectations, they should be someone that is challenging you to excel and to become even better and to really meet that potential you seem to be showing. Of course, there might be other things that mentors are responsible for or that we should expect from mentors. I'm really curious to see what you guys think, or if you have any other expectations you might hold of a mentor. Please do leave a comment down below and let me know. Now, I also wanted to talk about what mentors expect from mentees, and generally what really makes a successful teacher trainee in terms of their attitude and particular characteristics or traits that they show. The first is being proactive. I think it's so wonderful to see someone who is keen and eager to really develop and to become a teacher. So they ask questions, they seek advice, they seek support, they talk to different members of staff, they're inquisitive, they use their department and implement things and strategies that were discussed pretty much straight away, and they're always keen to go and actually find their mentor rather than being someone that has to be chased. So I think being proactive is a really important characteristic to display pretty much straight away, because it gives the right kind of impression, and it's all about you being the person that takes action. Second is being honest and humble. I think it's no secret that training to be a teacher or starting any type of job comes with making a ton of mistakes. And being a teacher trainee, you're going to be inundated with receiving a ton of feedback from different teachers who might contradict themselves, or it might be somewhat specific or somewhat vague, but I really think it's up to you to accept that feedback, and particularly the constructive feedback and areas for improvement, and be really humble in accepting your mistakes and your shortcomings, and then being honest about discussing those with your mentor during the mentor meetings. I think it's a wonderful thing to be honest and humble in these situations, because it's precisely when you make mistakes that you grow the most as a teacher. I think that there might be occasions where we're really struggling with our confidence, and I think that's a separate conversation to have, but when your confidence has been knocked, I think some of us might have the tendency to battle through it with some arrogance, and I think that might rub people the wrong way. So I think when you've made mistakes, just own them, be humble about it, be honest, and grow from them. I think it's really, really wonderful to see that. The third is organised. I don't think this comes as a surprise to anyone, because it's no secret I love organisation and productivity. So I think being a teacher trainee, you want to make sure that you've got all of the resources and materials that you need for your lesson ready, but you also have things ready for meetings that you're going to attend or that you are going to be a part of. You also want to make sure that you've got all of the evidence that you need to put into your PDP folder to make sure that you're meeting the teaching standards throughout your teacher training year, but also making sure that you're meeting deadlines for academic work such as essays or lesson plans within your school. A surprising area of difficulty that I've seen some mentees struggle with is managing their email inbox. So I think that would fall under this category, and just really making sure that you are also organising your digital space, both with your folders and with the PowerPoints and Word documents and Excel spreadsheets, but also with your email inbox, and that you're responding to things promptly. The fourth one is to be professional. Even though you are training to be a teacher and that this place is really just a school placement that you might not even work at, I think it's really important to actually treat it as a job. So you're going to want to make sure that you meet the code of conduct, things like your dress code, your punctuality, your attendance, but also how and where you use your phone, for example, how you conduct yourself in meetings or in the staff room or in the dining room, and also how you get on with other members of staff, whether you have a working professional relationship and whether you have dedicated the time and the energy to making sure that that working relationship is a positive and a friendly one. It's quite important as well, in order to be a professional colleague to work with, that you do respect other people's time and other people's workspace. Because you are a teacher trainee, you will not necessarily have a classroom or a designated workspace. So you are going to be somewhat taking over a particular area. So you're going to want to be mindful of making sure that you're not taking someone's computer or workspace within the workroom, making sure that you're not taking over someone's classroom with all of these materials and all of these resources. So I think just respecting people's space and also people's time is a really important part of having that professionalism. The last one, and my favourite one, is to be reflective. Reflect after every single lesson. Pay particular focus to things that went well, so you know that you should keep doing those things, but also focus on things that didn't go so well, and don't take it personally. Reflect on what is it precisely that you need to do to make things better. If it's something to do with a particular student or a particular cohort of students, or a particular concept and how you explained it, or the type of task that you chose to do, I think it's really important to take a step back, reflect on how things went, and make improvements and tweaks. As teachers, we're dealing with constant changes that fluctuate throughout the day and the week, so it's really important that we adapt to those and that we use these reflective opportunities to get better and to make those teaching experiences even better than they were before. And if you struggle with reflecting on things, I think it's a great opportunity to use those mentor meetings as a practice opportunity. Ask your mentor to ask you questions, or ask those questions to your mentor if you're not really sure as to what it was like. Say for example, you want some feedback on how your confidence level is at the front of the classroom. You might not be aware, so you're not able to reflect on that. But by asking your mentor to pay particular focus on that during the formal observation can be a really great opportunity for them to give you some insight, so then you can use that information to make more deeper reflections. The best thing that I see in teacher trainees who are reflective is when they start to make links and connections between different pieces of feedback and different things that have happened over time. I love seeing them form those connections and those links, because it means that they are becoming an amazing teacher. So definitely try to exercise that reflective muscle within your brain and mind, and it's really, really going to pay off. And there you have it. I really do hope that you have found this video useful and somewhat insightful. In particular, if you're about to start your teacher trainee this academic year, please do leave a comment down below if you have any other suggestions about what would make an amazing mentor-mentee relationship, what expectations you have of your mentor, what qualities you think mentees have that really make them excel at the teacher training year, and also if you've got any other suggestions for future collaboration videos that you'd like me and Chiara to do. Now don't forget to go over to Chiara's YouTube channel and check out the video that she's made about how to get the most out of your mentor meetings. I've got the video linked down below and up here in the corner. If you have enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you want more content like this, then don't leave without subscribing. Have a joyous and a beautiful day wherever you are, and I will see you next week. Bye!